I greet you all as you come to our YouTube channel. Today we are going to look at the atomic structure. Matter comes from the atoms, and from the definition of matter, it's anything that has weight and occupy space. Now, any matter that is around us, that is around you, wherever you are, has its beginning point. And the beginning point is that what we are calling atom. Therefore, an atom is defined as the smallest indivisible particle of matter which can take part in a chemical reaction. What does it mean? That if you compare atoms and then the cells, like we've been defining cells as the basic unit of life, meaning that cells is the one, or cells are the one which begins life. So the same thing with the atom. Atoms are the one which begin matter. These atoms have got so many particles. The common particles that we look at this point, we are looking at majorly three particles. Number one particle forming the structure, there is protons, then there is the electrons, then there is also the neutrons. These are the main particles that we are looking at that come up with the structure of an atom. Now, a proton is found inside the nucleus of an atom, and a proton refers to the positively charged particle of an atom. That is the definition. So look at this: positively charged. Then the electron refers to the negatively charged particles. Particle of an charged particle of an atom. But the electron and the protons are not together. Now, reason being, this one is negatively charged and this one is positively charged. Though the neutron, which is also the main particle in an atom, is defined as the neutron. The neutron refers to the particle of an atom which carries no charge, meaning that for it is having a neutral charge compared to these two, protons and the electrons. So in the nucleus of an atom, there are only two particles which are found there. That is the protons and the neutrons. Then the electrons are found outside. Now, these electrons cannot just hang outside anyhow. It has a path which it follows, and that path, it follows, and that path is called the energy level. The path is called the energy level, or the path is called shells, or the path is called the orbit. Diagrammatically, this is the structure of the atom. I've talked about the atom having a proton. The proton is represented by P, and the neutron is represented by N. Then this is the nucleus. Then the nucleus is surrounded by the orbit or the shells, and at the same time it's called the energy level. Now outside the shells, that's when you find the what? Electrons. So electrons can be represented by small e. So this is P for proton, this is N for neutrons, and this is the energy shell or the path under which these electrons keeps on rotating along the nucleus. So when you're naming, this is the orbit, as I've talked about. This is the orbit, or the orbit can also be called electron shell, or it is called the energy level. Energy level. This one is proton. Then this one here is the neutron. This one is the neutron, and the whole of this, is called the nucleus, which accommodates the proton and the neutron. Now, negatively charged, and then the protons are positively charged. But you find that because this is negative and this one is positive, there is always that force of attraction, which will be existing between the proton and the electron, and that force is called electrostatic force of attraction, which comes as a result of the proton being positively charged and the electron being negatively charged. Therefore, there will be great attraction between the nucleus, which is containing the proton that is positively charged, with the outer shells, which contains the electron, due to that negative and positive charges.